On today's video, your Chiefs are the Super Bowl 57 champions as they beat the Eagles 38-35. We're going to talk about all that and more. Stick around.
Chiefs Kingdom. We're the Super Bowl champs, baby. Yeah.
Who called
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Who called
Saw
it?
it coming from a mile away. The whole world's stupid and acted like they didn't know this was going to happen. But guess what? They knew. They just were scared of it, and they hated it all year long. They knew Patrick Mahomes was the best player in football ever, so it is what it is. But how'd you like the game, Michael?
The game was great. Let's get into it. Obviously, it was a big team effort. It was a great team effort. We seen the first touchdown ever by Sky Moore. We seen Kadarius Toney get in the end zone. Patrick Mahomes had a great game. We had the defense coming out. If I would have told you yesterday that the only two sacks would have been Leo Chenal and Colin Saunders, we'd have been like, what? But how about
What?
our offensive line? 0 sacks. We've told you guys all year. Let Orlando Brown and them chill. Let Wiley develop. 0 sacks, 98% efficiency from Orlando Brown Jr. on the day. Looked amazing. Our run game, we stuck to the run. Andy and Eric switched, made some halftime adjustments. Spags called a good game. This was a total team effort. That Kadarius Toney punt return for 60-some yards, that was probably the game changer. The Chiefs look so good, Steve. And we called it. We said it from the beginning. It's been amazing.
So we've been saying all year long, you guys need to chill on the O-line. Like they're good. They're good. No matter how much you want to say they're not good, they're good. The second thing we did was tell you to calm down on defense. Cut out this fire spags talk and all this crap. We kept saying they're a young defense. They're new faces. He's doing well. Let them gel. They'll be good at the end of the year. We've said all this over and over and over again, and no one wanted to listen. But look what won you a Super Bowl. I mean, let's
Right.
be honest here.
Hey, we also said commit to the run. Commit to
Right.
the run, and we did that, and we won because of that. It was amazing to see yesterday, dude. I think it was great. Mahomes 21 for 27, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks, a 131.8 QB rating, and a
The
96.4
GOAT.
QBR. Amazing. He did that all on a bad high ankle sprain. The run he had there late on that final drive that sealed the deal for like 26 yards. That was incredible. People are actually calling for him to be tested because he faked the injury and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude,
Shut up.
shut up. Shut up.
So we actually predicted pretty close to the score. I said it was going to be 38-34 Chiefs. It was 38-35, obviously. And Mike, you said Harrison Butker was going to hit the game-winning field goal. Good call there. So I'm pretty proud of our predictions. I think they were pretty spot on.
Dude, we've been doing this from the beginning. If you want to go back to the beginning, my girlfriend actually said Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl and guaranteed it to one of the local news channels when we were back at camp during the year.
Go watch this short.
Also, we predicted Patrick Mahomes MVP. You predicted Patrick Mahomes to have over 5,000 yards this year through the air.
I think I said 5,100. He ended up with 5,250 or something like that. Something like
right?
that.
I said he would have 41 passing touchdowns. 41 passing touchdowns. I said he would have 5 rushing. He only had 4. I give him a little too much credit. I'm going to attribute that to the high ankle sprain.
Yeah, but hey, go all the way back to the draft, man. You nailed the GK pick. You nailed the Josh Williams pick. We talked about Darren Kennard getting picked. I mean, you guys need to get over here and hit that sub button already, man.
Actually,
hit the like button right now because we have been right about so much this year, and we're the Super Bowl champions. So just be happy and hit that like button.
Hey, I actually told Jason Dunn before the draft back in April, we were talking about the Chiefs drafting a corner, and I was like, there's only one corner I'd trade up for, and his name's Trent McDuffie. And lo and behold, baby, Trent McDuffie is who we traded up for. They were trying to come up for the dude from Clemson. I forget his name. He didn't even play.
What about this defense, though? What about it, dude? Like the way this team came together on the defensive side of the ball in the last half of the year, actually, it's probably the last quarter of the year. They just really turned it up a notch. And all these rookies, dude, you can't say enough about them. They went out there and played like true professionals, like they'd been there before. It's insane how good they were. And all that is attributed to Spags, dude. Spags is an excellent defensive coordinator. I don't know how anyone can doubt him. He's won 2 Super Bowls in 4 years here as a Chiefs defensive coordinator, and he's always got a new group of faces to work with, and he gets the job done. I mean, this was supposedly, tied for the best offense in the league or second best offense in the league behind the Chiefs. And they're going to put points up. We know that. But
dude,
the job got done.
The way Spags baited Jalen Hurts to run up the gut on that one play, and then we just crash on him and get a fumble, turn it into 7 points. That was amazing. The way we have taken these rookies, guys, these rookies are going to be so much better next year. Do you imagine how good the
Yeah.
Chiefs are going to be next year? We did this in a rebuild year, guys.
It's a rebuild year for the Chiefs. They can't do anything without Tyreek Hill. They're going to get exposed. Keenan Allen with his big stupid mouth. There's going to be some people exposed now that Tyreek Hill's gone. Yeah, Tyreek Hill got exposed. It was exposed that we didn't need him. Chiefs are not going to win the AFC West because the Broncos got Russell Wilson and the Raiders got Devontae Adams. Like the Chiefs can't win the West. Chiefs win the West. Chiefs can't,
Dude, just
Bart Scott. The Chiefs won't make the playoffs. The Chiefs
yeah.
can't beat the Bengals. They can't beat Burrow. Burrow owns them. It's just one thing. They can't beat the big bad Eagles. The Eagles are too good. Like they defied all odds all year long. They did exactly what we said they were going to do, and they brought this Lombardi back where it rightfully belongs.
Dude, looking back on this game again, a lot of credit to the way the coaches actually in the middle of the game went in there. They got everything figured out. Spags turned it around. Be enemy Andy Reid. They started calling better plays in the second half. After the first 15 scripted, we looked really good. And then it became, hey, we stopped getting away from the motions. We stopped doing a lot of things. We got away from the run a little bit. We were sitting there like, come on, guys, you got to adjust. And then we seen them in the second half. They scored on every possession. They got in there. They started using Kadarius Toney in motion. They used Sky Moore in motion. They were coming out looking great. Like they actually made the adjustments. They stuck to the run game. Pacheco had a monster day behind that offensive line. Dude, we look good.
Hey,
It was a total team win.
speaking of Isaiah Pacheco, unsung heroes, man, I'm going to say he's one of them. I got some buddies actually. I told them that Isaiah Pacheco was going to be good. I was like, you got to watch out for this guy. Oh, who's Isaac Polanco? He sucks. He come from Rutgers and he was a seventh round pick. He's never going to see the field. Yeah, that's cool. Well, he just rushed for 76 yards and a touchdown in the Super Bowl. It's a starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. So yeah, someone owes me a Red Lobster dinner.
Hey,
And
it's people that don't know the football game. They don't know the game of football. We
no,
watch
this guy
these
knows
guys.
football. They just don't want to listen to us. They just don't want to listen. Try to tell them they don't want to listen. Like this guy actually knows football.
Well,
But you know what?
listen.
When it comes to the rules, they don't know anything about the rules. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit. These referees, man. Everybody flipping crap about the holding call. You can't call that. You can't call that at the end of the Super Bowl. It's the rules, man. He was holding. James Bradbury even said he was holding. What do we do? Just not call? Do we take away all penalties in the last 2 minutes of a game, Mike?
Right. That's what I told somebody. You have two options. You take away the penalties in the last 2 minutes of football, and it's just a free for all. It's crazy. Or you just stop calling penalties if it benefits the Chiefs. That's what the two people want. You have
That's
to
what
pick
it is.
one. That's what they want. These people don't understand the game of football. We've been saying it for weeks. The Bengals fans didn't understand the rules of the game. And now the Super Bowl, what does it do? It brings in a lot of casual watchers that don't understand the game. They put their money down on the favorite. They get beat like they did last night. And then the first thing they want to do is the football scripted, the NFL scripted. This is cheating. Dude, you guys are getting made fun of by everybody. Like everybody's making fun of you. This is ridiculous. Shut up. Lose like a man. Hold the L. James Bradbury. I give them so much credit that James Bradbury, Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, they all come out and they were like, look, we held. It was bad. You can't pin it on one play. It happens. He was going to score a
Right.
touchdown if he didn't hold him. Like, come on. And then to think that you're crying over time right here, by the way. You thought Jalen Hurts, you just was magically going to say Jalen Hurts was going to drive the field and score the touchdown in a minute 30 anyway. Like, that's just assuming. It's ridiculous. Shut up
Man, if
already.
we want to talk about the referees, first of all, they're saying Carl Cheffers cheated for the Chiefs. If you're saying that, you're a clown because you don't know the history of Carl Cheffers and the Chiefs. That guy absolutely hates the Chiefs. He penalizes them more than anybody. By far, he double the penalties of the rest of the league.
Arrowhead
It's been
made
a
him
thing.
cry. Arrowhead made him
Yeah,
cry on national TV, people.
it's been a thing. And for you to say that, that's crazy. Plus, we'll look back at one drive that the Chiefs had. First of all, we made was it Devontae Smith caught the ball, got hit, fumbled,
Yeah,
scored a
maybe.
touchdown. They pull it back and say it wasn't a completed catch, which is garbage. Dude caught the ball, made a football move. If it's not a catch, nothing's a catch. That's all there is to it. But anyway, they took 7 off the board. Okay, whatever. Let's go on to the next. 3rd and 12, 3rd and 18, something crazy.
14. 14.
14. They throw the ball, hawk up a prayer to Dallas Goddard over on the sideline. Dude catches the ball. They look at the replay. He catches the ball, hits 1 foot on the ground. Then all of a sudden he loses the ball. The ball's laying on his face mask at one point with no hands on it. Then he
Right.
regains control and puts 1 foot down, and they gave him that catch after review, which is absolutely incredible because that is not a catch. He didn't have control of the ball, so the first step didn't count. Um, so yeah, they don't want to say nothing about that. And then on the same drive, you saw Jason Kelsey blocking Trent McDuffie probably 15 yards up the field, man. And that's not illegal man downfield. Like
Hey,
if
I
we're
don't
if we're talking about this stuff, we got to talk about all. We can't just talk about the one that was actually a hold.
I don't know if it was 15 yards down the field, but it was definitely
I was
over a yard.
exaggerating.
It's definitely
Yeah,
over a yard, and you've seen how many touchdowns they pulled off the board from the Chiefs
from us.
for somebody to be 1 yard down the field over and over again. It's absurd. You can also look back at Juju. He had a pass interference on a third down earlier in the game,
Yeah.
and they didn't call that
Look,
either.
look.
So
Bradbury was holding him all day. He was having trouble guarding Juju. I don't know what the matchup problem was there. I wouldn't think that Bradbury would have trouble guarding Juju, but he was having trouble. He was
look,
holding him all day long,
when
and they
Bradbury
finally called it.
when Bradbury admits that he held, and you guys are still crying about it, saying it shouldn't be called because of the timing, it's absurd. You guys are just showing your anti-Chiefs bias. That's all it is to it. Just say that we wanted anything not called or called that hurt the Chiefs. That's what we wanted. That's the end of it. But let's move on, dude. Andy Reid. Andy Reid. It was a speculation before the game that we thought he was going to retire. He left it open, but at the end of the night, he said he is going to be back. He wants to come back. Why wouldn't he, Steve? We're in the midst of a dynasty, and I'm going to go
Right.
ahead and say it. We're in the midst of a dynasty. You guys can
Yeah.
suck it if you don't agree.
Yeah. The people that saying that Chiefs aren't a dynasty yet are the same people that saying that Patrick Mahomes is not the best quarterback they've ever seen play yet. No one cares about hardware, guys. Use your own eyes. Like, I don't care what you say. He's better than Tom Brady as a quarterback. Does he have the accolades yet? No, but he's well on his way, and he's doing it way faster than Tom Brady did. I've said it over and over again. Tom Brady's the Bill Russell of the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of the NFL. Sorry, Nick Sirianni. It's not Jalen Hurts. It is Patrick Levon Mahomes. But Andy Reid's not going to go anywhere, bro. He's in the middle of a dynasty. Why would you quit now? You gotta play this thing out. And I know Andy's getting older, and a lot of things could come into play in the next few years. It just could. And he might not be around for the long haul, but I just don't see him going anywhere now while he's healthy and he can do it. I think he's going to be out there.
Yeah, I think he's having too much fun. I don't think it makes any sense. I think he was just saying that. I don't know.
His whole life has been devoted to football.
Yeah,
He's
he
one of
was
the
having a
greatest
little fun.
coaches. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. His whole life has been devoted to this, and it's at like the culmination. And he's in the middle of a dynasty. He's not going anywhere, fellas. And I don't think his family or anybody's going to blame him for that.
But you know who is going somewhere? Chad Henne. He did announce his retirement, Steve, and that's kind of a little shot to us, believe it or not. I know he's only a
Yeah,
backup quarterback, but we've seen him come in the playoffs. He's been the anchor. He's righted the ship. He's calmed the storm when he's needed to. Going to be a big loss for us, to be honest. But I do believe Shane Bouchel, the Chiefs may even draft somebody, may go back looking to free agency. We'll talk about all that a little later. But what do you think about Henne retiring, Steve? Again, I think it's a pretty decent loss for us.
I think if you're Chad Henne, it was a perfect time to do it. Right out on top with his Bud Light announcing his retirement after winning the Super Bowl. Chad Henne's been an anchor for the Chiefs, man. You can't say enough about what he did in the last couple of years when Patrick Mahomes went down with injuries. Like, we didn't have to worry as Chiefs fans. Like, you always get that gut feeling like, oh man, Mahomes is hurt. So you're thinking, is it a long term thing? But for the immediate, like right now, this next drive, no one really worries that much because they knew Henne was solid. Henne knew the offense. Henne had experience. No one cared that much. And you saw that he still led the Chiefs down the field and scored 98 yards this year in the playoffs. Was it last year in the playoffs or the year before when they're playing the Browns? He had to come in, won the game there. I mean, Chad Henne, you can't say enough about this guy. It was a good insurance plan for Patrick Mahomes. Now we're looking at Shane Bichelle, and I think if they can calm him down just a tad bit because he has that gunslinger mentality, if they can make him a little bit more conservative to where he's not just slinging the ball recklessly, and maybe get him more in the vein of Chad Henne, Alex Smith kind of thing, he's going to be just fine backup too. So it is a loss. Props to Chad Henne for everything you've done. We fully appreciate it as Chiefs fans, and we hope you enjoy retirement. You have well earned it. But I'm gonna ride with Michelle, man. I think he'll be just fine.
Okay, before we go, let's go ahead and give our last game balls of the year, Steve. I know we didn't talk about it. I'm putting you on the spot. Let's give a Super Bowl game ball. You can only give away one game ball today. Let's take Mahomes out of the deal. He won Super Bowl MVP. Let's pull him out. Who does all chiefed up? Who do you give your game ball to? You can go first.
I'm going to go with none other than Isaac Polanco, Isaiah Pacheco. You can't say enough about this guy. He went through so much, dude. He's been through a lot. Go back and look at his story. This guy's had a rough life. He was at Rutgers. He was an awesome running back. He had no offensive line there. He got trounced in college. He was a 7th-round pick. No one thought he could do this. And here he is, the starting running back in the Super Bowl. He goes out there and goes for 76 yards and a touchdown. Got us the yardage when we needed it. He runs hard. He plays hard. He plays the right way. Just freaking awesome. And I'm giving him my game ball just for defying odds. Isaiah Pacheco, you are a Super Bowl champion, and we love you.
Love Pacheco. Got the signed jersey as soon as we drafted him, baby. I knew it was coming. Okay, here we go. My final game ball of the year, Super Bowl game ball. I so wanted to give it to Nick Bolton. He deserved it. He had a monster day. He is the man. But when it counted, Kadarius Toney on that punt return, I got to give it to Kadarius Toney. And Andy Reid called the corn dog play that got him in the end zone. How awesome is that? I'm going to give it to Kadarius Toney. A week 8 trade with the Giants that nobody's seen coming. Brett Veach, in Veach we trust. That trade was validated in the Super Bowl on just that punt return alone. That shifted the entire momentum of the game. That shifted the way my attitude went. That was shifted our entire just demeanor. And I think that was when Chiefs fans knew, like, hey, this is ours to lose now. Let's go get it. And yeah, I give it to Kadarius Toney. Dude. I wanted to give it to Nick Bolton.
Well, we always give an offensive and we always give an offensive and a defensive. So defense, both of us were going to give it to Nick Bolton. He was an absolute animal. Do it. But on Kadarius Toney, man, he came in off this trade. Everyone said that he's just injury prone. He's a bust. He's never going to do anything. This guy's came in with the right attitude, and he has dealt with some injuries even after he came to Kansas City. But man, when he's on the field, he plays hard. He puts his all out there. I love his attitude just off the field. He holds himself well. He's a funny guy. He's awesome. And dude, he showed up, baby. He showed up when we needed him the most. And we still got him for a few years on contract. So I'm excited to see how far Kadarius Toney can go with Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, we're only getting better, people. This was a rebuild year. How many times do I have to say it? This is a rebuild year, and we got a ring. The league is in trouble.
Way back when we first hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, we actually did a video kind of just, celebrating that we hit the 1,000. And we talked about Patrick Mahomes going scorched earth this year, where we predicted almost exact yardage he would have, the exact amount of touchdowns he would have, that he would be Super Bowl MVP, and then he would win the Super Bowl. You guys can watch that video right here. Make sure to see us looking into the future and getting it right. Also, get in the comments. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. And we're going to be back tomorrow probably with more on your Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl 57 champions. Suck it, everybody. Suck it.
Go Chiefs. Look at that, baby.